Hey YouTube, this is MindTech. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be restoring this Texas Instruments TI 5100 calculator released in January of 1976 that I picked up at the Goodwill for a measly $2. And it only has really one big issue. It was completely missing the power connector, which is pretty sad because I was hoping to be able to turn it on for you and do a showcase, maybe try and fix the issues it might have. Not sure if it even works at all or not. It was released for $70, which would probably be a bunch of money now. And it came with the TMS 1073 microchip, which was a 4-bit chip. It had 10 character precision. You could probably enter in about 10 digits here and then it would start to filter. But you gotta think back in 1976 when having a calculator was something very important, and it even had a 10-digit vacuum fluorescent screen, which was some pretty advanced technology. The best technology you probably get was like a Nixie tube, and that would cost a bunch of money to produce. I'm just really excited to be able to have this. I think that it would be cool to do some calculations on a real calculating machine versus something that was never designed to be a calculator. They're convenient, but they aren't satisfying. Like, listen to these button presses. Isn't that satisfying? You just don't get that anymore. So let's get on with the restoration. Alrighty guys, I'm ready to start taking it apart. I especially need to get the plastic off because I plan to retro-bright this. But before we do that, we need to clean it. So I'm gonna take out these 4 screws. Long screws, look at that. Gotta go on in an angle, I think. Ugh, I wanna strip these out, that's the thing. This one's coming out. No, gotta go with the body. This always works because you can get better leverage. Come on! There we go. I did not want to strip that at all. Both of these are really hard to take out. Abnormally hard. And one thing that I will have to replace is all of these feet. They are in pretty bad condition. So let's get this taken out. And it was in pretty good condition other than a dent. Things that I can't really fix. Alright, so there's a dust bunny that already came out. Yeah, and this screen also isn't in the best condition. Oh yeah, 70s electronics. So how does this come apart? It looks like there's the board. I'm not liking this. Maybe if I switch all of these switches or just pop this out. Pop the display out maybe. Oh, there you go. Here's some leverage. It all kind of goes in at an incline. And it looks like this keyboard is connected with some metal brackets. Ah, there you go. Now there's some retaining clips that were giving me some issues. There you go, one piece, certainly for the bathtub. Look at all of that solder, incredible. See, I was really catching with this display unit. I don't know if the circuit board comes out or... Let me try and get right under. Nope. It's just that I try and be really careful. I don't want to break anything. It's really cool that you can see all of these solder leads as they were. Just fascinating to look at. Yep, it's this clip right here. There's a clip right here that connects to the body that you have to lift up on. Just a plastic retainer. And there you go. This piece is off. And we have the calculator. That awesome microchip. And you can actually see the display a bit better. It looks like a burn mark of some sorts. I don't know what exactly happened there. I'm going to try and pull off one of these keys. Ooh. That worked out pretty well. This honestly reminds me of Cherry MX switch. I'm just gonna take it down to only the keycap being pulled off so I can wash these separately. Delicately pull off each of these keys. This plus key also has 2 different switches. I have a bunch of dirt on my hands from this. Woo! All the keys are off. One thing interesting is that all the ones that have only 1 key are kind of a darker white, whereas these that had 2 keys are a lot whiter. Can I take these 2 mechanisms off? Probably not. There's a bunch of copper leads that actually make the circuit board work, so I'll just have to clean that out with some alcohol. So I'm going to start the cleaning process now with just some rubbing alcohol and some cotton balls. And just clean off any dust, that circuit board. And also try and get some alcohol in here to get all this gunk off. Get right in there. Ugh, yeah, look at that. Pretty low on that rubbing alcohol. Squirt, 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 squirt! A lot of residual gunk. It's not the easiest way to clean it out, but it is posing to work. And I'm also going to try and clean off the circuit board a bit. It looks like there's some gunk on the leads. That might make sure that it runs. And also get up by that display. Anything I missed with the cotton swabs popped out when I was trying to remove it. And it's interesting to see that is a gas phosphor display. Not sure how that works, but it's cool to see some very, very 70s tech in this calculator. And I'm also going to briefly clean off the back side of this. Try not get cotton all over it. Clean off this power lead. There is a weird coating on this. It smells weird, like it's melting from the rubbing alcohol. That is messed up. Melted board aside, this does not look the best still, so I'm gonna have to maybe go at it a bit more off camera. Just try and get a bit more gunk cleaned out. And now I'm going to switch over to the other parts and use some paper towels. And I'm gonna go and get some glass cleaner also to use with this. Literally the world's best glass cleaner in the world. Let's get some of that on a rag. Try and get some of this body cleared off. Yeah, already a bunch of crap just coming off. Yep, the marker has been removed from there. Some more marker right there. And already some of that yellowing is getting a bit better. And that's where I scratched it. On live stream even. That kind of sucked. And now for the horrible, horrible inside. It's actually cleaned up pretty nicely. I need another paper towel. Look at how huge that is. Nope, never mind. There's a little yellow hinge. It is taking off maybe nicotine. I'm not completely sure what's on this thing. So now let me move on to the other piece. This one just isn't really coming off. Yeah, the rubbing alcohol certainly did the trick. This is going very well. Yeah, some more rubbing alcohol. Get that marker off. And you really want to clean it before retrobrighting because you don't want to retrobrite a bunch of dirt and dust and grime and yuckiness. Look at how bad that is. The only problem is that this mark, that one, is being pretty rambunctious. So I'm gonna leave it. There was a crack right here, and there's nothing I can really do to fix that, unfortunately. Fortunately, there are still some marks left in this plastic. So I'm just going to switch over to working on this screen a bit and trying to get the ugly Goodwill sticker off. I do not like the way that they design these stickers. How they're supposed to break, but they always leave a really nasty residue. Ugh, it's all ripping apart. Now this is a nightmare. We'll try and go in with a cotton swab. Actually, that did the trick right there. Awesome. This display is just really hard to see through. If I get it in the right light, you'll notice it is pretty scratched up. Yeah, see all those scratches. But what do you expect from a 43-year-old calculator? And also clean off this guard. I'm gonna try and take a microfiber cloth and see if maybe it can get the streaks out. And the answer is no. So maybe now I can try the cotton with this mark. That one's gonna require a bit more persuasion, I think. I don't think this underside needs too much cleaning. These streaks are now permanent, aren't they? Maybe I can try the streakless glass cleaner, because that alcohol likes to leave its streaks, doesn't it? I know that it's probably not the right stuff to use, but this is the first time I'm really doing a big restoration project. Let's try that glass cleaner here also. Some marks up here that I'd like to get. I completely stripped away all the coloring from that Texas Instruments logo, so I'll have to go with a silver Sharpie and put that back on. It's pretty clean. Not the best job, not the worst job. Not sure if you can see the display that well. It looks clean on camera, but it isn't doing it that much justice. Rub off all the other marks. And I think that these pieces are all ready for retrobrighting. I'm gonna bring my attention back to this piece that I only briefly looked at after this was getting all melty. It does not appear friendly. I'm not gonna put any more product on it because the product might be what's destroying it. Like, this plastic hasn't seen UV light in probably almost 40 years. It's going through quite a crisis right now. All these switches seem to be working fine. I'm just going to leave it as is. Of course, if it doesn't work once I get the power cord, I'm gonna have to take stuff apart and see what's going on. To the sink it is. The keys that I have in this bowl aren't that bad, but I still want to wash them off. They are pretty nicely smoothed out, like a lot of older keyboards do, so I'm just going to put some dishwashing detergent, and I'm just going to mix that all around and let them soak in this detergent for a while. And this should kill off all the grease and the grime, because I know on the side they aren't the nicest. Bit more water. Honestly, all of these probably need a good retro-brighting. So I'm going to look at each and individual key just to see if it needs any scrubbing at all. I saw a few that might potentially need some. Here there's just a bit of residual gunk. These are really clean compared to the condition of the outside. Now this job appeared to be a lot easier than I thought. Get that off with my thumbs, and I'll let these sit, and then I'll update you once I dry these off. Alright, these keys have been sitting overnight. Hopefully this made sure that all that residual grime is gone. The water solution is relatively dirty, not the dirtiest, so I'm going to dump out this ugly water. It did help a lot. Now I'm just going to rinse these off. So now I'm going to start taking the keys out one by one and wiping them off with this paper towel. So here's the top of the first keycap. Those are pretty shiny, but they are looking pretty nice. So let's get that off, and it looks a lot better. And you can really see the difference between this 8 key right here and the 0 key. This one has some texture on it, whereas the other one is completely smoothed out. Now for the last one, we're done. Very happy with how it turned out. They're still probably a bit wet, but I'm going to go and pick up some Retro-brightening hydrogen peroxide from the beauty supply store. Oh boy, now that I'm looking at this in a different light, there's still some gunk that I can get off. Either I could scrub and scrub and scrub, or I could just put it in the Retro-brightening solution and see what the heck that's gonna do. It is not looking that good right now. You can tell that it's just old. See how much gunk I'm getting on that rag. So this is when crap starts to go bad really quickly. I am going to apply hydrogen peroxide gel, 40 volume cream with hydrogen peroxide 40. This stuff is nasty. Make sure you wear gloves. Make sure you do not get it on your clothes. It will bleach your clothes out. Put on the gloves. Looking really nice. I seriously put this on wrong. I'm so stupid. And after I apply the peroxide, I'm going to put both of them in these bins and then apply some cling wrap on the top to create a greenhouse effect. Hopefully that'll work out well. This is my first time retrobrighting, and it's not the same way as other people do it. Who knows how it's going to turn out? Push down and turn. Yeah, I know how to open this. There we go. Yeah, it smells like bleach. I'm not sure what this will do to the plastic that I have on my desk. I'm going to put the thing in the pail, and I'm just gonna dump some. And stuff is not the prettiest looking. This is a solution that people use to white their hair out. And I'm just gonna work that in. Make sure that it is slightly even. Oh yeah, I just got it on my arm. Hold on one sec. I am certainly a professional. This is totally the right way to do it. How is that looking? Is this looking well applied? Not exactly. And I'm not going to worry about the inside, just because that's not what people are going to see. So that one, I guess, is done. So I'm going to start with the top bit of the calculator. I'm not going to try and get this area and the other areas. I'm going to try and apply some to my hand this time and rub that on. The other one was just really difficult. You need a bit more. Luckily, I got all this for under $5. Very worth it just to have restored electronics. So that is pretty evenly covered. I'm gonna go back to this first one. Just add in a bit extra. This one has a lot more than the last piece. Maybe that'll hurt us. I don't really want too much concentrated in this grill either. I think that is good. I'm going to get some cling wrap now and try and cover these containers. Create that greenhouse effect. I'm gonna have to do like 3 separate rolls. I hate cling wrap, if I'm honest with you. Really frustrating, hard to use, hard to apply. And I saw a lot of people cover the actual piece of plastic, but that would just create a huge mess that I do not want to deal with. I'm just going to cover the plastic container with it, and hopefully it works out. Container numero dos. Just the same strategy as before. Apparently it's not going to work out. I'm going to throw this stupid piece out and try and cover the whole entire container like I did previously. There we go. Some smart thinking can go a long way. I hate this cling wrap so much. Gosh, this is difficult. This will probably block out all the sun's rays, I'm guessing, right here. Watch it fail. So I'm gonna take my 2 containers now and place them in direct sunlight. I have them out here in the sunlight. This is just gonna blow off, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, crap. Frick, not fun at all. So I'm hoping this tape will help make sure that this plastic stays on. So far, I think that it is ready to go. You can see all that goo reacting to the sunlight. I'm excited, guys. So we just had to bring them in. This stuff kept on flapping up and drank out the peroxide in here. But just peering in, it looks a bit better. Not sure if it's completely done just yet. I might actually go and take this out and wash it up. Alright, let's cut this open. This is literally the easiest way to do it. We had it taped on pretty well. Smells like slime, I guess. It's warm, not that much of an improvement. Kind of tacky with peroxide, not wet like it should be. I guess I lied. There is a difference. Actually kind of impressive. Let me also get the other container opened up. This one has a lot of condensation. Yeah, it was taped on a lot better. And you can really smell the peroxide also. Maybe this one will have a better result. Oh yeah, it's still kind of wet. Not completely done yet. A lot better than what it was. Undeniably better. So I let it sit for a while and I decided that it is definitely white enough to continue with the project. So I'm really happy with that. But I did find out something that is extremely unfortunate. I accidentally bubbled up this paint and completely just decimated this whole area. This just sucks, guys. I really should have taped this off. If I wasn't shooting a video, I probably would have taken that precaution. Either it was this 40 peroxide or the heat, because it is extremely hot where I live, or a combination of both. It just did not turn out well for this plastic. But other than that, I'm really excited to get this back together. So I have completed the retro-brighting, so I'm gonna get it put back together. Again, make sure you are careful when you do this yourself, because retro-brighting is using some pretty nasty peroxide. So that's why I had to go and wash my hands 5 times when I was just applying the stuff. And even then, I didn't apply enough. It really evaporated quickly because of all the wind. The greenhouse effect was not being really achieved that well. Maybe pick a better day where it is like really not windy at all. But it did turn out a lot better. I was also considering retro-brighting the keys, but I just think that that would have been a lot harder. You'd have to try and get the peroxide on each one. Just gonna start putting everything back in. First with the circuit board. I know that there are different clips, and I'm pretty sure this power button has to line up with the power button clip in the back. As you can see, there's a bit of a notch right there. You slip it into the notch. It all fits right in. And before I put this on, I wanted to clean off the smudges that I introduced in here. I'm just gonna use a paper towel. And the outside, I want to eventually polish this once I get some plastic polish. But what I did want to do was go over this Texas Instruments logo with a silver Sharpie. So hopefully that turns out the way that it used to look. It isn't the correct match, but at least it sticks out. And I'm trying to not paint around it. I probably will get some permanent marker the surrounding areas. Yeah, I think that that's an improvement. I'm just gonna try and apply a liberal amount now. It seems like as long as I'm on the letter, I'm not gonna hit the marker down in the area where you don't want to hit it. And there we go. I think it would probably be better to put the keys on first. So I'm just going to find a picture of the calculator. The percent key goes right up here. And this is this is a time-consuming process. At least it's not like an 80-some key keyboard. Alright, nice and clean. Then I need the N key. Alright, I'm gonna flip all of these keys over. Gonna get all the special keys first. One of these 2 switch keys. Whenever you press the side of this, it's hard to actuate both switches. Come on. We're gonna get the X key correct. Yeah, I probably should have retro-brighted these white keys right here. Is this the 6 or the 9? Most keyboards you can see it with the way the contour is. I don't think that TI anticipated in people taking this apart. The 8 key. Everything feels like it used to feel. And now let's try and put this top cover on. This should hopefully secure everything a bit more. It was quite a hassle getting this apart. These stumps right here have to fit into this black thing. And then how is this supposed to fit down here? Maybe through the keyboard hole right here? I think that something fit together. Maybe if I go in and kind of close it like a clamshell. Yeah, this 3 key has seen better days. And somehow water has been introduced in here. Yep, it's from this top piece. Crap. These even fit in together? What is going on here? I need it to be closer to one another so I can apply force in a different manner. There you go. Just had to push on the board and top piece. Now I have to fit the power connector back in. Nope. There you go. Everything relied on right up here. After that, everything has just been kind of easy going. Easy come, easy go. Anyway, the wind blows. Mama just did something to a man. Hello, everybody. Bad things can't stop. Maybe what I should do is just try and screw it. I don't know though, because yeah, this is not together. Okay, so these are lined up now. I think that all they need is a screw. And it looks like it went all the way through. And now it's all maintaining its rigidity. Everything is still working. Gotta stand up to get some leverage on this one. All 4 of the screws are in. So we have a full, hopefully functional TI 5100. And I spoke too soon. The switches are coming apart. This one is not good. Take that off. So that one got snapped on. I have to be careful with this because it is 40-year-old plastic. Nope, not yet. Come on. There's 2 clips here and here, and there's 2 clips there and there. So you have to get all 4 of those clips before anything works out. And I got it, just required some persuasion. Now, the last thing I want to do is just replace these cork feet because all it does is slide around your desk. I did not find any rubber feet, but I was able to find some Super Sliders felt feet that are almost the perfect size. So I'm going to use a screwdriver to take this old crud off. It doesn't really matter if you scratch this because no one's gonna see it. Look at how old and nasty this is. Came off almost too easily. See, that one also just is popping off. Yeah, this is still kind of sticky, so I probably should do some cleaning up. I need the alcohol. I'll just have to use some glass cleaner, I guess. I guess if it's still sticky, like, does that really matter? So I'm just gonna go and apply these feet. There you go. Almost perfect. Actually, I don't think that's an almost. I think that's a flat out perfect. That's a good choice there, Mindtech. There we go. That is looking nice. And although it does still slide around on the desk, at least it isn't scratching the bottom or scratching the desk. Alright, so quick update. I decided to actually scratch off all the places where it was bubbled so I can hopefully get some touch-up paint and try and match the color at least. I know it's not going to match the texture. You win some, you lose some with Retrobrighting. All this is stripped now, and this screen is gonna get a treatment. So I went to Walmart and picked up some plastics. Plastic polish for headlights. We tried a bit of a sample on a CD jewel case and it worked very well when I was using this rag. So I'm just gonna see if applying some and polishing will work out well. I'm gonna have to redo that TI logo, but that's okay. You can kind of hear the grit of it eating into the plastic. And just go around for a little under a minute. I want to give it a fair opportunity. And I'm gonna go for once I hardly even see that there's any product there. Alright, I think that is enough polishing. So now let me get a rag. Oh yeah, I think that's better. I'm gonna need to have a better cleaning product. It's still not perfect. There's still some deeper grooves at a level 7. I still need to get around the sides where you can see some bad scratches still. Try and get that a bit more concentrated. See, I'm gonna wad this up just that I have just a little bit of area. And I'm also going to apply a lot more pressure. Yeah, this is really hard. Let me clean this off and see if it is any better than the last time. This is even better than last time. It's getting better. There's just some scratches right here and just a really odd coating on the screen. That's actually starting to tire out my wrist a bit. Is it gonna be better or is it still gonna be same? Maybe a tad better. Still some pretty big scratches. Not what I wanted. It seems though that the nasty film that I was talking about has been removed. Definitely better. It's not like it's brand new. The most important thing is that you can see those letters, and you definitely can. I'm going to shift my attention towards this, so I bought myself some 50-cent Apple Barrel burnt umber paint. I'm hoping that this is the solution to my issue. I'm gonna do a small sample. Yeah, it isn't the same color. Definitely not the same color. I'm frustrated that it's happened in the first place. You know, you gotta ask yourself, what can you do about it? This is gonna turn out like crap. I probably needed to thin out the paint before I started applying. I think that I should abort on this. Abort, abort, abort. Not the result that I was looking for. This is fucking ugly. Oh, gee. And now it's all over the keys. Good going, Mindtech. I think all of the paint is off. Yes, no. Okay guys, I'm going to show this to my dad, who's helping me with this project. See if I should do a bit more polishing. Alright guys, one more round of this. My dad said it is looking a whole lot better, and I do agree. I'm not focusing on any specific area now, I'm just going to do the entire product. And of course I have to apply a bunch of pressure. I think this one had more water than anything else, so I'm gonna get a bit more on. And I'm gonna do longer and slower strokes now. Other than that, I don't think it's gonna get any better. Apply some spray and just wipe that all up. Awesome. I could do this for the rest of my life and maybe there would be no more plastic left. It looks really good from the side. I think that I have completely polished out all the other smaller scratches. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to focus on retouching this TI logo. Crap. I got some stuff on the plastic. You don't want that. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a very good time going through this process. The end result is really satisfying. I did learn a lot, especially about the dangers of high-power chemicals like this hydrogen peroxide, which more than likely ruined this paint job. I'm gonna try and purchase a power plug on eBay, so make sure to look out for that second part. So thank you guys for watching. I'm really happy that I decided to purchase this calculator for $2, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.